In 2009, Volkswagen debuted its first compact SUV, the Tiguan. It joined the larger Touareg, which was VW's first SUV. In 2018, the second generation Tiguan was released, and for 2025, we get this, an all-new third generation model. Before we get into what's changed, do us a favor and hit those like and subscribe buttons below to get all of our latest reviews. The Tiguan is the best-selling vehicle in VW's lineup, so the pressure is definitely on the designers and engineers to deliver. It rides on an evolution of the previous MQB platform and promises a much nicer interior, new tech, more power, and improved efficiency. Unlike the previous Tiguan, this one is only available with 2 rows of seats. Up front, we have narrow lights and a thinner top grille that reminds me of the electric ID.4, and I like it. It lends the Tiguan a more modern and sleek look. Optionally, you can get this illuminated light bar on top that adds some more distinction. Down the side, the fenders get more defined shoulders, giving the overall body a more angular style. And these creases down the side remain sharp, but are more subtle than before. Wheel sizes range from 17 inches to these 20 inches. Around the back, the taillights are now joined by a single light bar with a hint of the front grille in the bumper here. And up top, we have a larger spoiler that gives it a sportier look. Under the hood of the 2025 Tiguan is a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder that is similar to last generation. Power jumps from 184 horsepower to 201, and overall the vehicle weighs about 170 pounds less than before. Both of those should contribute to better fuel economy and quicker acceleration. We'll just have to wait for official EPA figures though. To put it into perspective, the previous Tiguan needed almost 9 seconds to reach 60 miles an hour. This one should get there maybe a few tenths of a second quicker. As different as the exteriors, the interior gets a much more significant upgrade. As you can see, it's almost luxury level now. This American walnut trim here kind of reminds me of Volvo and their Scandinavian design. It's just warm and welcoming. So all these textures are so much nicer than before and much more soft touch materials surrounding you. Here in this top trim, we have the massive 15-inch touchscreen. It looks a lot like the one that you get in the ID Buzz and ID.4, but unlike those all-electric vehicles, this one gets a more integrated digital instrument panel, which is standard on all Tiguans now. This Tiguan really starts dipping its toe in the luxury pool because not only are the materials nicer and you get premium leather, but you also get a massaging seat option and wireless phone charger pad here that's similar to Audi's. And you also get something new that seems borrowed from Mercedes-Benz. VW calls it atmospheres. And you control it right here. And what it does is you select a certain atmosphere here to match your mood, and it'll change the ambient lighting and play some soothing sounds to kind of get you in that perfect mood. It's just like the Mercedes energizing comfort, but it doesn't smell. There are 5 presets to those atmospheres, as well as one that you can customize yourself. Now, honestly, I think it's kind of a novelty that wears off quickly, but let us know in the comments if you think that's something that you're actually looking for. Now, this knob also controls the volume, which means you don't have to use this horrible capacitive touch slider here. And if you've watched any of my videos in the past, you know how much I hate capacitive touch. And to VW's credit, they got rid of them on the steering wheel. Do you realize how happy this makes me? This knob also controls the drive modes. It's a pretty smart use that allows you to maximize the space on the center console. And now that they've moved the gear selector from the center console to the steering column, it frees up a lot more space. We have these large cup holders here, a little slot here that might hold your friend's cell phone. We have a deep center bin here that kind of gets partially covered by the armrest, but then you have a shallower bin right here. Door pockets are about moderate in size, so you should have plenty of space for all your personal effects. As you'd expect, you get all of the typical advanced safety features, including adaptive cruise control. And as an added bonus, this new Tiguan adds some new airbags for the driver's knees, a center one so you don't bang heads with your front passenger, and some rear side airbags as well. Here in the back seat, I have a wealth of space. Even with this large panoramic sunroof, I've got a few inches above my head and tons of space in front of my knees and lots of room for my feet under the front seat. Now, I'm 5'10", sitting back here behind the driver's seat that's set for me, so yeah, it's really quite nice back here. Now, materials aren't quite as nice as the front. That's because they want it a little more durable for kids and stuff, but it's still padded right where you need it. Another thing I like back here is you have these nice little pockets for your cell phone. Here in the center, we've got small-ish cup holders, but overall, this is really quite nice and spacious. In the higher trims, you can also opt for 3-zone automatic climate control. And just below those controls, you have 2 USB-C chargers. The previous Tiguan had a pretty large cargo capacity behind the second row, up to 37.6 cubic feet. We don't have specs on this new Tiguan yet, but as you can see, it's a very large usable space. And helping things are a power liftgate, as well as remote seat back releases for the second row. Overall, I think this new Tiguan is a really strong third act. I think it has the smarts to take on something like the Honda CR-V and the luxury to face off against the Mazda CX-50. Price-wise though, it probably won't be able to beat the Kia Sportage, but overall, I think it's a rousing success. But what do you think? Is the styling catching your eye? Is the interior enticing you with its luxury? Let us know in the comments below. As always, thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit those like and subscribe buttons below to get all of our latest content.